Choose any ATM of your convenience and stand a chance to win gold sovereigns.
Lanka Pay.
Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi touched down at the Derana International Airport at around 8:30 p.m. last night, beginning his 3-day official state visit in Sri Lanka. He arrived in an Air India One special aircraft reserved for top-level Indian dignitaries. Reaffirming the theme Friendship for Centuries, Commitment to a Prosperous Future, Prime Minister Modi's visit, upon an invitation extended by President Dissanayake, aims to strengthen the long-standing bilateral ties between Sri Lanka and India. The Indian Prime Minister and his delegation were warmly welcomed by Sri Lankan officials, including Minister of Foreign Affairs Vijitha Herath and Minister of Health and Mass Media Dr. Nalinda Jayatissa. Subsequently, the Indian Premier signed the Golden Book for VIP visitors and dignitaries at the Dissanayake International Airport in Katunayake, marking his visit. The Indian Prime Minister then arrived at the Taj Samudra Hotel in Colombo, where he was heartily greeted by the Indian community in Sri Lanka. The Indian Prime Minister, through a post on X written in Sinhala, Tamil and English, appreciated the warm welcome extended by the people, saying the rains were no deterrent for a spectacular welcome by the Indian community in Colombo. At the Taj Samudra Hotel, the Indian Prime Minister watched a puppet show inspired by the centuries-old Ambalangoda tradition. At the event, Vadini Punpeshala Manoj released a new Tal inspired by Hindustani music named Tal Nandashri. This is the first time a Tal as such was created and published in Sri Lanka. The new Tal was ceremonially presented to Prime Minister Narendra Modi at the Taj Samudra Hotel. The official welcoming ceremony for the Indian Prime Minister was held this morning at Independence Square, Colombo, under the patronage of President Dissanayake. Special traffic and security plans were implemented in Colombo over the ceremony.
Of India, Narendra Modi at the Independence Square premises, where he will be officially welcomed.
The official ceremony kicked off with the singing of national anthems of India and Sri Lanka. The traditional gun salute was then performed with the firing of 19 rounds of artillery in honour of Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Subsequently, the Indian Premier was accorded the ceremonial Guard of Honour. The Indian delegation was then introduced to key Sri Lankan officials present at the ceremony.
We are now witnessing the Prime Minister of India, Narendra Modi, being introduced to the Prime Minister of Sri Lanka, including the official parliamentarians of Sri Lanka, who is being introduced right now.
President Dissanayake, Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi and the two delegations subsequently departed to the Presidential Secretariat to engage in bilateral discussions. Indian Prime Minister Modi also met opposition leader Sajith Premadasa this evening in Colombo. At the meeting, the opposition leader drew attention to the recent imposition of tariffs by the US and called on the Indian Premier to grant Sri Lankan apparel manufacturers access to the Indian market. Subsequently, Prime Minister Modi also convened with parliamentarians of the Tamil National Alliance. Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi is scheduled to visit Anuradhapura tomorrow, his final day in Sri Lanka. During his Anuradhapura visit, the Premier is expected to pay homage to the sacred Jayasree Ma Bodhi tree. He will also formally inaugurate the Maho-Anuradhapura railway signalling system and the newly upgraded Maho-Omante railway line. Both projects were completed with assistance of the Indian government.